Well, latest judgment by the Honorable Supreme Court of India on the law of permanent alimony. A very interesting case. I will share the link of the judgment in the description/comments. However, some very valuable lessons learnt for husbands and wives embroiled in matrimonial disputes from this judgment. In this particular judgment passed on 15th of July 2024, this was filed by the wife against the husband, and in this the wife said that the Delhi High Court reduced significantly maintenance awarded by the trial court on an earlier occasion, and the High Court, after some deliberation, reduced the interim maintenance amount by approximately 80%. And so the wife challenged this order before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court went into the facts of the case, which were that the parties got married in 2015. They stayed for less than a year, and almost exactly 1 year later, the lady registers an FIR against the husband, and the husband runs to, this was filed in Noida. The husband runs to the Allahabad High Court, gets protection from arrest. Thereafter, the wife files a domestic violence petition before the Noida District Court, and she gets interim maintenance of rupees 35,000 per month. An appeal is filed before the Sessions Court, where the court enhances the maintenance to the wife to rupees 45,000 per month, and to the daughter to the tune of 55,000 per month. Then the matter is transferred from Noida to Delhi upon a transfer petition filed by one of the parties before the Supreme Court of India. The matter is transferred to Delhi. Then Delhi High Court, in appeal, reduces the amount by approximately 80%. Now the wife is aggrieved by this, and she comes to the Supreme Court, and the court looks at all of this and says, you've stayed together for less than a year, and after that you have been fighting for the past 9 years. There is no fighting, mind you, according to me. This was just the husband being assaulted legally again and again by the wife, and he's just, taking the punches. However, the court notes that you've been fighting it out for the past 9 years, and the court says it's perhaps in the best interest of both parties and everybody involved that we exercise our powers under Section 142, Article 142 of the Constitution of India, and let's grant a divorce to these people. But the court then says, what about permanent alimony? Because till now, upon all of these deliberations, arrears of approximately 55 lakhs have already accrued in the past 9 years, and the wife says, oh, the husband doesn't pay. The husband says, number one, we've stayed for less than a year. I do earn, but my wife is head HR, and the wife concedes to this, and she's earning 1.39 lakh rupees per month. Yet, all of this interim maintenance is granted. The High Court steps in, reduces the interim maintenance amount. However, the court says, and mind you, very, very important, the lady says, I need money for the maintenance of the daughter, our daughter. But the husband says, this is not my daughter. This is my stepdaughter. This is the daughter that my wife had with her ex-husband. And she also received rupees 40 lakhs in alimony from her previous husband. And so I don't have any responsibility to provide maintenance for this daughter. My wife does not deserve any maintenance because she herself earns this nice sum of money. And just because I do earn decent money as VP of I believe a bank, should I be burdened with all of this? The court goes into the law of permanent alimony, and courts are very happy to go through several pages of judgments, and this does make for a good compilation. But at the end of the day, the court says balancing the rights and duties and the law and everything else, let us fix permanent alimony to be paid by the husband to the wife in a scenario where the wife earns 1.39 lakhs per month. The daughter is not from their marriage, but from an ex's marriage. The ex did give the wife as well 40 lakh rupees. And then the court says, pay rupees 2 crores as permanent alimony. And so I say and obviously as a lawyer sitting in his office right now can claim that the husband could have done many things in many, many different ways. And I've talked about what husbands can do in many other, videos and articles, etc. I just say that, this at the very least would be a video that I will send to every single husband client who says, I want to get out of this marriage soon because my parents tell me that I am getting older and I need to get settled. And I always wonder and I always ask them, do you think that the pain and suffering caused by this particular matrimonial dispute, do you think that this opponent is the only bad person in the world and the next wife you will find will be the perfect angel? Or let me put it this way, when you were getting married, did you think that this person would become so problematic or could potentially be so problematic? You did not. You thought that this is the best person in the world. But now, even before you are out of this particular present matrimonial dispute, you are planning your next one. How beautiful is this? And you might just consider, and obviously the court mentions the fact that this is, that the husband says, this is not my daughter. Does not specifically state that part of this 2 crores is for the daughter as well. But, the law actually states that, the daughter is your responsibility. Nowhere does it make an exception for the stepdaughter or the stepson either. This is something that you must also consider if you are planning to get remarried, thinking that I should settle, quote unquote, in life. And apart from that, to what extent do you wish to, obviously after several years of litigation, do you wish to part with, your sum of money? And then husbands come and say, oh, but I didn't ask for any dowry. I did not commit any cruelty. Then why will I have to pay any alimony? Well, boy, oh boy, these things, it's very difficult to prove, for the victim wife. But how difficult is it for a wife to make these allegations? To what extent do courts of law and the police ask you to present as a wife proof of the sufferings meted out to you? Unfortunately, there are none. Your statement is also taken on the face value. In this case, we don't know what transpired with the criminal case. I'm assuming that once anticipatory bail, interim protection from arrest was given to the husband, the case kind of dragged on its feet, and maintenance became the main ground for contention. You have to be very careful in A, choosing your life partner, and B, figuring out what strategies are the right strategies to deploy when you are in a matrimonial dispute.